What is going on, guys? I am Jehovah. Welcome to Modern Warfare Remastered. Now, you might have seen, maybe you know, maybe you don't know, but I got on Twitter when I woke up this morning, and basically one of the first things I saw was the lead developer of Modern Warfare Remastered saying, I think you guys are really going to enjoy this game type this weekend or something, these new game types. And I was like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? And then later on in my feed, I saw some people murmuring about a new game type called launcher gun game. And so my first thought is, like, we're talking like RPGs and stuff, but then I realized, like, you know, Call of Duty 4 isn't like MW2 and stuff where there's like multiple launchers, but I don't know, my mind was still on RPGs. When I get on and read the description, I realize, oh my god, this is basically NOOB gun game, which is fucking hilarious, by the way. But I want to point out that at first, this was supposed to be a live commentary. I tried to record this as a live commentary, and for whatever reason, my microphone didn't pick up the live comm, so that kind of sucks. But it's okay, because I played 2 games during the live commentary, and there's a little bit of downtime between the games and everything, so I just cut all that out, and now you got a more streamlined video and all that, I guess. So, here we are. This is Launcher Gun Game, and as you can see, it's fucking stupid. And I think that's kind of the point. But if you guys know me and my personality in video games and what I like with, like, shooters and stuff, I kind of enjoy when a shooter can not take itself so seriously. Like, I'm a fan of stupid camos and bright, dumb shit and everything. Now, there's certain games out there like Advanced Warfare and everything that I think have taken it too far, and just those games aren't fun to begin with, so it's whatever. But this is just one of those things that literally some of the developers had to be just sitting around smoking a fat bowl and thought, you know what would be funny if we just put noob tubes on all the weapons for gun game. And that's what they did here. And they actually did it pretty smart, I will say. So you go through 4 or 5 weapons with noob tubes on the bottom, and you get your kills. By the way, once you get the kill, it's super quick. It switches to the next gun immediately. You can immediately, like, spam the next noob tube. It's pretty crazy. If the people are set up just the right way and everything, you can get some really, like, quick succession kills, and it looks really cool. But anyways, so they did this in a really cool way to where after you get like 5 kills or something like that, I think it switches to an RPG then. And the RPG is a little bit different. Like, you have to play it a little bit different than the noob tube. Just because you see somebody isn't like a guaranteed kill. You know, you have to shoot it towards the floor, or they have to be close to a backdrop or whatever. Like, noob tubes just seem easier to get the kill. So, you know, RPGs don't exactly fly straight. On this map right here, Wet Work, you know that there's like the upper deck kind of like above where I'm standing right now. At one point in this gameplay, I find somebody up there camping, and at first I'm like, this is fucking genius. Like, this guy's just gonna sit up here and make it rain noob tubes and fly through all the weapons. But then I got to thinking about it. After the RPG comes the shovel. You have to go get a melee kill, which is really cool because it makes it to where you can't just completely camp. Yeah, you could camp, you could sit in the back of the map, launch tubes across the map, or sit up in a high position, kind of like I'm doing right now, and get those 4 or 5 kills, whatever it is. But then you have to come down and get a melee kill. And it could be pretty triggering, I'm not gonna lie. It can be pretty damn triggering trying to run around with a bunch of noob tubers trying to get a goddamn kill, you know, with a melee weapon. But I don't know. I thought this gameplay or this game type was actually pretty cool. I want you guys to let me know in the comments down below. I think in both of these games that I played here, I never got like a decent long range kill. I don't know if, like, maybe they disabled that. You saw that, you know, there a second ago, I shot noob tubes straight up in the air. I don't remember how noob tubes work in Call of Duty 4. I don't know if they're the same as they were in MW2. In MW2, you could literally shoot a noob tube straight up in the air. It would come down on the map, and you could get kills with it if you knew the right spots. Maybe I just wasn't doing it in the right spot here, or maybe Call of Duty 4 noob tubes are a little bit different, and they don't, like, maybe if you shoot them straight up, they just eventually disappear. You know, they don't have a long enough hang time or something like that. I'm not sure. So let me know in the comments down below if you do know about that. But so as you can see here, the match is coming to an end. That guy just hit last gun, and but I decided that wet work is cool, but it might not be the best display for this new game type. So we're actually going to go on to another map here, and it's actually Countdown, which I thought was like a perfect map for it because there's lots of cover, but at the same time it's just a very like one level of height open map, and it actually played pretty well, I thought. For it's just, I keep NoobTube gun game. It played pretty well for NoobTube gun game, which is fucking ridiculous that I'm saying that. Every time I say that, I'm like, is this fucking real life? But shout outs to the people at MWR working behind the scenes. You know, I do like that this is a thing. I think it's fun, you know, that they can have fun and just do something silly and throw it up and, you know, not be too worried about, I don't know, I guess what people think and everything. Because obviously noob tubes aren't the most popular weapon choice of all time. Now, I do think that the fucking developers need to change some things about regular gun game. If you saw my video the other day, I'll link it at the end of the video. But I don't think that you should have bolt actions in gun game that you can't get a one-shot kill with unless you get the headshot. I think that's absolutely fucking ridiculous. The Barrett, the R700, and the M40A3, you get an upper body shot to the chest, and they just sit there and take it. They just fucking... They take it, and then you have to fucking shoot them again, and it just fucking breaks the flow of gun game. Like, a good gun game should just be, you should be able to go off on a tear every once in a while. You get those people in just the right spawn locations, you know, that are, maybe you catch them off guard a little bit, your aim is on. You should just be able to, like, boom M16, boom G36, boom M40A3, boom AK-47, whatever. I know that's not the actual rotation or whatever, but, like, there should be the ability to just get quick successive kills, in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying that like every gun in the game should just be a fucking death laser and kill right off the bat or anything like that, but I don't know. I just think that the fact that you have to two-shot people with the bolt action snipers in gun game is fucking stupid. So I wish they would change that. I wish they would just add stopping power to the bolt actions, and that would help that a lot, I feel like. And they still haven't fixed the collateral issue in Call of Duty 4, and it might seem like a minor thing to some people, but sniping is primarily what I really enjoyed to do in Call of Duty 4, and it's what I would like to really enjoy doing in MWR, and it's just hard to enjoy it as much whenever you come across one of those situations where you see people crossing, or you see people, you know, completely stacked up in a doorway or something, and you take the shot, and you know, sometimes you don't even get a fucking kill, you just get a heavy hit marker on multiple people, and that fucking sucks, man. You know, there's stuff like that I wish they would address, but so far, like, I don't know, all the customization options and stuff in this game, the cases and all that, you know, I don't have a problem with it. I think it's all aesthetics, and it's all good to me. I enjoy all of it, and games that I'm enjoying playing, I'm 100% willing to spend some money on some cosmetic things, some cosmetic items to help them further fund their game. I'm 100% okay with that. And you know, I do the same thing with like Gears of War 4. I absolutely love Gears of War 4. It's a great fucking game, and from time to time I purchase some in-game cases for customization options because I enjoy supporting the games that I love. You know what I'm saying? Like, the more support we show the games that we love, hopefully the better the games get in the future, and the more iterations of these franchises that we love we'll be able to see. So, you know, that's my 2 cents on it. Now, having said that, Gears of War 4 has a lot of problems with their in-game DLC, or with their cases and stuff like that. They literally sell like $10 cases in that game, and for like esports and stuff, and it's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Like, their price points are just way too high. But yeah, so anyways, that's my tangent about in-game camos and stuff, I guess. But Speedy and I have been talking about getting back on some MWR. I know the crew kind of like followed suit, as we've done in the last like 3 years. We basically stopped playing Call of Duty after the start of the new year, and I don't know why that always happens. I mean, previously it was because the Call of Duties were bad. Like, we kind of enjoyed them at first, but then not so much. But this one, I would say that, you know, out of the last 4 Call of Duty releases or whatever, MWR is one that the crew has all enjoyed the most by far. I really think that it has a lot to do just with the holidays. Like, you know, one of us will be going to family this week, and then the next week another one is going to family or whatever. There's just like long spurts of people being gone for a while, so like our play schedules don't always line up and everything around the holidays and all that good shit. I think it might have to do with something like that. Like we just kind of get out of the habit of playing MWR, and then by the time we're all back on in January and everything and like ready to play games, I don't know, for whatever reason, Call of Duty seems like it gets forgotten. I don't know. But anyway, Speedy and I have been talking about jumping back on MWR, even if it's just the two of us. Speedy and I usually always pretty much agree on what games we want to play. I know I've really been wanting to play Battlefield 1 again lately, and they've just announced that new DLC that's coming out here in the near future. So I actually, I didn't have BF1 installed on this PC. I just installed it today, so maybe you'll be seeing some of that from us soon. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I love you guys very much, and I'll see you on the next one.